Bro, like when you talk about education, it's there in the Bible. God is involved. When you talk about love, God is involved in love.
True.
Anything it may be, God is involved. It's the center of our life, whether you like it or you don't.
It's the same.
He's there. This thing of you drinking, you think you are drinking, can't be spiritual. God, it's everywhere, man, and people don't realize and they don't want to acknowledge it, but
and nature itself does testify to say, okay, this is now the Sabbath. It's now the Sabbath. It's time to rest and do all those stuff. Okay, so I also feel like, you know what, we can never like see these things when you're always in building, because normally when it's Sabbath, you say, okay, it's time to go to church now, and you spend the whole day in buildings. And you come back home, you're tired. Why are you tired? You know why? Because the building was busy absorbing the heat. And it's transferring the heat towards you. We're like, the Sabbath was supposed to be a day of rest, but I'm better.
The world is now favoring women. Even if you see the employment statistics, you realize that it's more women who are into jobs than men.
What do you guys think of the women independence? To say, should a woman be independent or rather? I mean, the system actually, according to the Bible, the design of how God wanted things to be. With your own opinions, these are not facts, just opinions. To say,
50-50.
50-50. Do you think it's a thing and it's a thing that
no.
Christian live in?
I think because when God created male and female, He made them equal. From the start. So we are equal, but the difference is we have different responsibilities. So as a man, you have your own lady, you know, they have their own responsibilities. So that's where things become different. But we are all equal. No one is above the other.
I think that's where the confusion is. You know,
equal,
we are equal, but
I think women, they confuse responsibilities.
Okay.
Like for them to be, because now if you're saying you want to be independent, you are saying you don't need the other person.
Yeah, true.
Of which it
independent from what?
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. So if you find a woman who's like that, it won't work. You can never be in any marriage. Because in a marriage, it's partnership. Remember, it's two equal people who are going to partner. Different responsibilities. You have to understand that this is a man, this is a woman. So it has to come that way. And if it's not coming in that direction, it's a war.
Mr. Trust,
it's 70-30. It should be 70-30.
What? 70-30?
What? No, it's 70-30 to be 70-30.
70-30. Oh, 70-30. 70-30.
Let us look at this. So it's feminine and masculinity. Those are two different things. Okay. So Adam. Okay. So when God created Adam and Eve, so God took it from a perspective of the Godhead, right? So it's God the Father and Jesus Christ, right? So the Bible tells us that Jesus Christ, he subjected himself under God. You see?
Under the Father.
Yeah. So we have the head and we have the neck, right? So every decision comes from the head, and there's the head of the family, the husband, right? You're the one who makes decisions. So it means you're above the wife. But now we have the neck that is moving, controlling the head now. You see? And some women, they even go to an extent of saying, I'm the barret, you know, or the cap. If you are the head, I'm the barret, or the cap. So this thing of 50-50, no, I don't subscribe to it.
No, but I think you've brought something very interesting about the Godhead.
Yes.
Like all of them, they're equal. Christ is God.
Yeah.
Like it's God, you know, but having different roles.
Yeah, equal but subordinate.
Yes, equal, but all of them like that, understanding their roles.
I also feel like there's a difference between 50-50 and equal. Because because equality is not necessarily that we are 50-50. You know? Because now I saw there was this other picture. There's a tall guy, there's a mid guy, then there's a short guy. There were 3 crates, and then there were equality is when 3 crates, when 3 guys get each crate out of those 3 crates. But then not 50-50.
Yeah.
It's 1 crate each out of 3. But then equality is when you see that there's a short guy who will need 2, and then there's a tall guy who will need none. Then there's a mid guy who can just use 1. So that's the difference that between equality and 50-50. And people tend to miss the concept because truly life can never work if we go 50-50. Actually, not only in relationships, in almost everything.
There has to be a manager, CEO, and workers. We cannot be employers. Come on.
The other thing, maybe women, because also now we have abusive men. That is where another problem is coming. But maybe on equality, the thing which we need to address there is we are only saying that we are all human. There is no another human being who's more valuable above another human being. So other men now they want to abuse that. You are just given, because it's a given responsibility to say you as a man, because this is God who's designing this. You as a man, you are responsible for the family. It's God giving that. You are not giving that to yourself. It's God giving you to say do this, do this, do this. You as a lady, these are your responsibilities. As children, you are falling under your parents. That was the order which God gave. So if people now are not following in that order, then it's hard.
In the time that we're living in, how practical is it that the order that was given by God in the beginning of everything,
how can it be implemented?
How can it be implemented? Yeah, like that. So to say, is it really practical in the day and age right now? I mean, let's be honest. It's tough.
Tough. I mean, I can say, but where we are living, the environment we are living in, it's challenging.
It is.
Especially in the cities, because you want to go to work, your wife also wants to go to work. An engineer, your wife says, I'm a what neurologist, what gist, what ology, sociology,
neurologist,
and also right in the cities there's so much influence, social media, Okay, suppose you go to work and she's there at home, she's on TikTok. She's seeing other women,
Actually,
other women are going to work. Other women, are managers. Other women.
Of a women.
So like, hi man, I also want to go to work. You see? So the environment we are in, it has corrupted this whole
system that God created.
So hence as well, you also find women who also want to become pastors because that role was given to men. Now it's all happening in the cities. You never go to a rural place and then you find a woman pastor. There's no way. See, because we have confused the roles now.
Yes.
I don't know what you guys, whether there is this church that wear blue in Venda. It's called Chigobu, like Chigobu. Okay. I've never seen a woman preaching there. I think they still kept the origin of thing that men should be a preacher and the leader of everything. I've never. Our church is kind of too modern in a way, man. I feel like our church stand up for feminism. Feminism.
No, wait.
Feminism is satanism.
No, I agree with you, but here's the thing. Because we must remember where we started to say we are all equal.
Yes.
Okay.
So God,
that's the confusion, man. This
thing
is confusing.
Because we are confusing responsibilities and roles. Remember, God can use anyone. Because now if we open our Bible, many women, faithful women, not just talking any women, faithful women used by God doing his work. We had prophetess in the Bible.
Even Ellen White.
We have Ellen White. So in our church, we are not saying it's only men who can do A, B, C, D. People are falling, and it depends on how even God is using you. It depends. So here in our church, we don't downgrade women or we see women less value as men. We are only saying, as a woman, stick to your role. Yes, you are there in a family. You look after children. That's your job. You know, as a man, I'm the provider. Providing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if that order is being confused now, that's why we are having confusion, because now people, a woman now thinks he can be a man.
Yeah.
Where's the confusion which we are now having of lesbians, LGB, whatever, the homosexuals, and it actually came and made things very
Yeah,
well.
it's distorting the family.
Yeah,
to be honest.
so the family structure is gone also.
And then just to add on that, I think it's chapter 2 of Patterns and Prophets. You see, when God is trying to give an illustration to say a woman was never, is not supposed to be undermined. We're not undermining women, right? Because when Ellen White described it, she says woman was not taken out of, woman was taken out of the rib of Adam, right? Not to signify that she should be the head of the man, not to be trampled underfoot. So you see what we're saying to say, no one is less human here, but people are just confusing the roles and the responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know. So and you know it's such a blessing to, as a woman, to be taking care of your kids. You know.
But they don't see it like that.
Yeah, they feel like, man, taking care of your kid. You know, I think it's Ellen White also. I think someone in child guidance, she says taking care of your children, it's of the highest order, bruh. It's one of the I can say tasks, one of the biggest tasks you can ever be, that was ever given to human beings. Task of the highest order, bruh.
Yeah.
Because look at Moses himself. You know, the Bible. I think it's the same book, Patterns and Prophets, to say when her mother, right? When her mother, like before she took him to Pharaoh, I think up until the age of 12 years, like Moses was already taught, was already like everything, every doctrine, every teaching. You could not change Moses. Yeah,
Even when he went to the palace.
yeah, because the mother had played her role.
Yeah.
12 years they could not change him.
You could not change.
Yeah, even though he grew up in the Egyptian family, but that is why when that guy when he saw the Egyptian beating up the
Moses, when he saw an Egyptian,
because he knew
an Egyptian,
he saw what this is one of us. He knew the teachings.
He knew where he was
still
coming
from her boyhood.
Yeah. Very powerful.
Yeah.
All right, I'm seeing the time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to. I forgot. Welcome to this is Rhythm and Chats, and we're chatting today. Last week we rhythm. Today we're chatting. All right. Also, stay tuned for Friday. We might bring a music session here and there. All right. I have a lot of things in my mind, but to conclude, maybe while we were talking this thing of equality and whatnot, would you marry a woman who earns more than you?
No.
That was very quick. But look at the reality of life, though. Be honest and just before.
And the system favors women.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I don't
think about
it.
I think that is where now, as men, we need to be very careful.
Okay.
Because if you actually ending up depending on a woman,
she now becomes
you have compromised
a
yourself.
massive provider.
You've actually compromised yourself. Because also a pride of a man comes from you providing.
Exactly.
So you have compromised that. So there's because I don't like to discuss circumstances. They are there, but I don't really like to discuss them. Let's stick to principle, and also ask God to give us strength as men, to say, please God, do the providing, help me to be the man whom I need to be here. I need to be the father here. So this one it's not a very small thing, but I know with how things are right now in the world, like what Trust said, the world is now favoring women. Even if you see the employment statistics, you realize that it's more women who are into jobs than men. So it's a tough one.
Would you get one who's earning 50 and you're earning 20?
Or
15?
The difficult one. Yeah, because once a woman starts going to work, bruh, she sees herself as a man.
I feel like it's subconscious. Subconscious is the sense of thinking that it's not really your choice, right? It comes so natural, like natural.
It's natural for a man to provide.
So I feel like the moment women start to provide, something will rise in her that even if it's not a choice, you will say.
I don't think I can marry a woman who earns above me.
I
don't know. Okay, let me say I don't know.
But anyway,
I'll see
remember
the
here. Because also in life, you can never say never. Never say never.
True.
In life, because hence we are saying circumstances. And also I end up saying it's something to pray for. We ask God to be men which we need to be fathers, very strong figures, But it's because it's a war. It's a war. This is a war. The devil knew that once you've destroyed a man, you've actually destroyed everything. Because it's starting there. Because the devil is clever. You saw that most responsibilities are lying on the man. You see. So he's busy destroying there. That's why now we are having a lot of men who are now gays. Because
someone said this statement to say a gay person, it's just a man who's lazy to work and wants another man to work for him and make him a wife.
Come on, that.
And I've never seen a broke
gay. Me too, though. Like, have you ever seen a?
Because that's what the devil wants. To think that life actually it's a good life. That's what the devil wants us to think.
But it's not the.
Because you see someone like Somisi, then you think that so. Understand? This is what it's a war, guys. Against the man. So if we don't realize that, because being a man, we are not speaking of weaklings here. This is a very serious,
Talking about this thing of gays, man. I was reading the Bible on Genesis 19. Sodom and Gomorrah getting destroyed and whatnot. Two angels, two guys or two angels. The Bible says two angels, Two angels, they came in and Lord brings them into the house. And when he does that, then guys all over, the Bible says all over the corners of the city. Bro, the world was wicked that night. Almost every guy in each corner came asking. The world was cruel also, man. It was very. When I read that, I laughed, man. To say they came and say, bring those guys so that we can have sex with them. Imagine.
Which version is that?
Bro, I don't have the phone. I will screenshot the day. Said it like that. Like,
okay, my version says so that you can know them.
Is it?
Yeah,
I will screenshot mine.
Nice. My version is kind of respectful.
Polite.
King James and the New King James.
No, that one was I forgot. But I would screenshot that thing and put it down. They say so. People were wicked back then. During the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, that was and also this fascinated me also to say. Then Lord says, I will bring my two daughters who have never been with any man. How can it, bro? What was happening during that time?
That story is very confusing. That part.
What was happening during that time?
In your right mind,
how can you
cannot think of that?
Offer your daughters to men, it's not just one man or two men or three.
I think what he realized, these are not ordinary men. He knew very well. See, these are God sent men.
Oh yeah.
So he can't just give out, because when he just gives out those men, he obviously probably he thought maybe I'll be sinning against God. So let me just give my daughters, I can make other daughters in the future.
But this one now.
But that was cool.
And they had an important message.
And the very same daughter, I think the ones who slept with him when they the Bible, bro.
Mara, I see one preacher once said, I think it's Maruf, he said they were not virgins.
He has these arguments. Because now those daughters, when they survive, the fire. Because remember, it was Lot and his 2 daughters. They were like, but now we don't have anyone.
Exactly.
So let's make him.
With.
So they made their father to be drunk. He drank the wine and
Because we were saying that's not a mentality of virgins.
But now because to some extent, I think I can understand him from where he was coming from. Remember, they were living in Sodom, so maybe the influence.
Exactly.
Remember,
the environment.
Children they see things, man. They see because now you can actually tell that it's coming from there. The influence, it was actually from Sodom to know that you can actually drink alcohol.
I also have a question to say. How long does it take for a virgin to
speak on the mic?
Okay, how long does it take for a virgin to get pregnant? Because remember, those 2 daughters, they got pregnant. One was pregnant of the Amorites, and the other one of the Moabites. Right. So, and one slept with the father once, and then the next day. Like I don't know.
I get where you're
this
coming
is just me thinking. I don't know.
But that's biological. We need a doctor.
We need a doctor.
Yeah, but I think
because I've had a lady who said, first encounter, she was a virgin. She never got pregnant. She got pregnant. I don't know. I think on the second encounter with a man. So I think that's my logic. Because when the daughters of Lot, they slept with Lot. The first one slept with Lot first day. The second one was like, you go in on the next day.
Or maybe the Bible omitted the day.
Yeah, maybe.
But also, I feel like, biological and it's beyond our understanding. I feel like it's also beyond maybe the doctors. Because remember, there are people who be couples and they're saying we've been trying to have kids. They try and maybe after a month or 2 months, then it happens. So I feel like it's not really... Don't keep around, but I feel like pregnant, it doesn't just...
It's like what you're saying. It's biological at the same time. It's spiritual. So it's something maybe beyond us. We can't. We don't have all the answers.
We just speak our thoughts.
What do you think of daycare?
Daycare,
crash,
or a crash?
Are they good impacts to our kids, or they are breeding kids that are trouble to the community?
Now, since you've mentioned this, like yesterday, it was Education Day. So we had Blue Hills College came over.
Does Blue Hills have a crash?
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to say something, because this is education which we are instilling in our kids. It's very important.
And the Bible says train them while they're still young.
So especially when a child, when they are very fragile and very young, and the another fragile stage for them, it's maybe from 1 year to like 6 or 7 years. Those years, you as a parent, you must be very careful. I mean, as a parent, actually, those years, on them. You as a parent, you must own them. The influence with the child must have, it must come from you, not to anyone else. Not to anyone else. Hence now, who's that? The Catholics, the Romans, they said, give me a child from 1 year to 7.
Forever be a Catholic.
They know, they've understood that at that stage, it's where you break a child or build. Because they are, what can I say? Is it clay? Like, you can mold it in any shape you want.
When it's,
Yes. So, hence I said they are fragile. So, on that stage, 1 year to 7 years, that's when you can mold them in any shape. That's why it's difficult to control those ones who are now teenagers and what. But at those ages, please.
If you went to crash,
did I go to crash?
Go to crash.
No, man.
I went to crash.
You mean went as I am right now?
Did you attend crash?
Attend as a child? I don't know, man. I don't remember.
Me, I did.
So when did you start realizing to say, now I think I'm ready? To say, now you now started becoming conscious.
No, man. Do you remember that?
I think when I was 5.
I remember when I was at Chris.
You still remember when you were 5?
Yeah, I remember the things I used to do when I was 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Too far for me.
You start
I'm
to
so
know,
focused in the future, me.
Yeah.
but
Me.
you
Yeah,
start to know around that age.
Yeah.
Like knowing, Jay, to say,
Yeah.
you can know things.
So
yeah, obviously.
That's when
I
you
just
catch
forgot.
easily.
yeah.
You don't easily forget.
I just forgot. You say?
There's this saying in Zulu, "Likojole semans." In other words, you take a stick. Is it a stick?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
You bend
whatever.
it while
Yeah,
it's still-
while it's still wet. So this thing of I don't advocate this thing of taking children to crash. I believe in homeschooling. The best school you can ever teach your child is at home. That's the best school you can ever have.
So these are the
Not
small
crash
things.
because at crash, bro, people with different beliefs.
Yeah.
People with different whatever custom traditions.
Also,
and all
kid
that.
imitate others.
Exactly.
So your kid is seeing someone who's covering girls' head. Never mind.
And it also takes us back to say, okay, you are a mother, you are busy working 9 to 5. We're not going to have your child, the time for your child, right? So by the time you come back, instead of you spending that time teaching your child, like at least verses, or teaching him or her songs, you are at work. When you come back late, you are tired, and all that. The only thing he has learned at school was vulgar. The only thing he has learned at school was, wrestling, the F word, the whatnot. They've learned to dance. They've learned all those kind of nonsense.
They've learned to do. What?
man.
This dance. What's that dance?
Yeah,
These young ones,
Zap. You come back zapping.
bruh.
these young ones are learning serious things. Yesterday I was actually shocked. And nowadays nothing is shocking us anymore. But the principal for Blue is calling.
Yeah.
No, not the principal. The chaplain.
Okay.
He was saying, we had a very, very, very serious conversation with the grade 4s. Grade 4. If I can tell you the things which they are learning now. I mean, those guys, they know things now.
Yeah.
It's like we're discussing about pornography, all those things. They know.
You see that subject, LO, bruh.
Grade 4.
Yeah.
Nah, they should remove that subject. It's
No,
nonsense.
Which one?
man.
LO. Life orientation. It's the subject that's teaching people nonsense.
I get where you're coming from, but I also feel like it helps in a way. So every time someone, because as we are in this CBD area, people drink and it's a lifestyle. Like literally, it's a lifestyle. So whenever someone see me and they're drinking, they're not drinking. I'm not drinking. They're like, so you don't drink or you don't smoke, and I keep on saying, hey Joe, I didn't skip LO. Because in LO, we learned that smoking or abusing alcohol or substances, it's a wrong thing,
Yeah.
It's from LO, even though maybe it's not really from LO, but there are some lessons you get from LO that mold you and shape you to be conscious of your actions.
Okay, maybe some part of it.
I mean, there's good and bad in everything.
Yeah.
And
why did it's fine. why did they remove religious studies in the first place? Because we used to have that thing.
Actually, yesterday also I get to learn something about that, because now they are saying in schools it's not lawful to say because remember back then, like when we were growing, we used to know that most of us were Christian, so basically even some rules at school they were governed by just everyone being Christian. But nowadays it's no longer that. They are saying all religions are the same. Approach any secular school right now, they will tell you. So now, and they are not realizing something, because now if you are saying all religions are the same, so it means anyone who's practicing Satanism,
it's fine.
You see, Muslims and what, everything is okay. So all religions are the same. So it's a challenge.
And look at the world they are creating.
You are actually creating a disaster. So
But
once you remove God,
And they no longer beat up children in school. They used to beat us up.
There is chaos at schools now. That's why you see there's a lot of
violence. Spoil the child. That's how it is.
It's these small things that we change. A tiny little thing. I was studying something, or no? Should I say studying? Actually, no. I was trying to get something that we can talk about in the morning, and I went through. There was something they were also talking about, to say the micro decisions that we make every day. We don't even realize such decisions, and then they start making decisions such as waking up and taking your phone. Just by taking your phone, it's a small decision. By deciding to reply to a notification, it's a slight decision that we are not even conscious about, but it is a decision, and they say it exhausts our focus span, something along those lines. Because I skipped, since I was like, it's too much, I cannot talk about. But they're talking about those micro decisions that we
which
take
you undermine.
But they bring a very big impact in the long run. Check, even if you just try to check it. Make your own states alone. Check the generational change from our parents up to us. It didn't happen because people were in the instant changing, going to phones, changing. No, it was from the most useless phone that doesn't have an internet.
And compromise after compromise.
Small
becomes so normal.
Now we are here. Now we are just a generation that it's stupid. But it's whatever though. It's whatever. How can you do? You know, and they say the rich controls the poor, and get rich.
You'll see.
But for me, once you remove God in anything, anything,
it's chaos.
Then it's chaos, and just know disaster is coming. So once they've allowed that, especially into schools, that's why we are seeing these whole disasters we are seeing. You know, violence at school. You can hear that. You know, these kids, they can kill each other at school. We are hearing of kids coming with guns at school.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see the rise of school violence in these schools, I mean, it's bad. It's bad.
It's bad.
It's beyond.
Before we go to another one, I want us to go to the other thing. But what you are saying, to say once you remove God in everything, then it's chaos. It made me remember that I was telling someone about the podcast, and they're like, so you only talk about God? Come on. Then I realized on that moment, or on that question, to say that in this world, there's nothing that doesn't involve God. Everything, bro. Like when you talk about education, it's there in the Bible. God is involved. When you talk about love, God is involved in love.
True.
Anything it may be, God is involved. It's the center of our life, whether you like it or you don't.
It's the center.
It's there. This thing of you drinking, you think you are drinking, can't be spiritual. God, it's everywhere, man. And people don't realize, and they don't want to acknowledge it, but it is true, and He's there.
Isn't it the world is just teaching people to say, things which are just happening, they're just happening here because we are here in the world. We are just living. So it's like that. We're born things, things were just happening. So it's normal. It's just things happening, but it's not that things are just happening. There's,
all right.
There is behind the scenes, which we are not realizing.
Seventh-day Adventists, one of the church that when we talk about, they are known for Sabbath and how they keep it and how strict they are and whatnot. But that's not the conversation we're gonna dive too deep in. But the Sabbath, I want us to teach people, because there was also someone was like, so what is Sabbath? What is Sabbath? What is happening? And I said maybe one day we'll surely talk about it. I don't know if it will be informative or whatever, whether we'll meet or what, but I hope maybe it will help someone. All right. But this is the interesting part that I got outside the us being Sabbath-10. I don't know what's that. But these are the stats from the world itself.
Are we gonna add that word into the dictionary? Sabbathetic.
Yeah. But outside that, these are the stats from the world, and I found it interesting. I just want to hear your thought. They're saying that your brain was never designed to be a 24 hours a day, and your constant burnout is proof of a deep spiritual crisis. We are living in a hyper-connected world that is literally rewiring our nervous system for anxiety. What is the the ancient Sabbath? What if the ancient Sabbath is isn't just a religious ritual, but a new neurological survival strategy designed by God? And they go on further to say most people view the Sabbath as a restrict list of don'ts. I saw this on a status. They say they should see it as the don'ts, but so they think, but they are missing the most radical mental health tool ever created. By looking at the Adventist theology through the lens of modern, but the point is, this is too long for me to keep on reading. I love this.
But it was a good point.
But you get. I think that's why I can't read it. It's too good point for me to keep on reading. But the thing is, they are simply saying that outside how we observe the Sabbath, as especially Adventists, the dawns and the whatnot, I feel like we also miss it as much as we keep it. We still miss it. To say that the Sabbath can be, and especially in our time, can be a very great tool to just rejuvenate your mind from the 6 days that you toil, you wake up and you work and whatnot, and we miss it. But I want to hear your thoughts on these things. To say outside just seeing the Sabbath as keeping the law of God, the help that comes with the Sabbath.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. You want to start, Mr. Trust?
Yeah, let's hear you first. It's always the elders.
It's a deep one.
It is deep. The subject of the Sabbath, man, it's not just something you just peruse. Like, it's something that is deep, man.
It's deep.
Man,
this is nice. Man.
It's nice.
They're saying that we discovered that. We discovered that international disconnection is a divine mandate for your brain. Like to just do away with your phones, do away with the works. It's a divine mandate for your brain, and people don't do that. It is time to reclaim your rest.
When you're talking about this, it reminds me of this animal. It was just a video I saw. It's I don't remember the name of the animal, but it's one of those unique animals, beautiful. So every 7th day, so this guy was observing it. He was just taking cameras. Those whatever you call them, the zoologists, the whatnot. The nature reserve, whatever you call them. So I was just observing that animal. So every week on the 7th day, so that animal, what they do, they are always working. They pile up, they go to the wood, they chop the wood. They do whatever. They do whatever they do. But this guy observes something, that every time on the 7th day, they cease whatever they do. They just rest. Imagine animals. So men, human beings, that they've forgotten the Sabbath. But the animals, they still observe the Sabbath.
Okay, sorry to catch you. Just to end on your point, man.
Yes.
I'm not lying, I'm being honest. I have seen how, or I have heard and I have observed, especially back then at home, because here there are no birds a lot. I have observed how the birds are, or how the bird sounds during the week, and how they sound on Sabbath. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, different, bro. Just here there are no birds, man. But bro, there's something. There's a difference of how the birds sing during the week and how they sing on Sabbath. Maybe.
Nature itself does testify to say, okay, this is now the Sabbath. Days. Now the Sabbath is time to rest and do all those stuff. Okay, so I also feel like, we can never see these things when we're always in buildings. Because normally when it's Sabbath, we say, okay, it's time to go to church now. And you spend the whole day in buildings, and you come back home, you're tired. Why are you tired? You know why? Because the building was busy absorbing the heat. And it's transferring the heat towards you. You're like, the Sabbath was supposed to be a day of rest, but I'm back tired. No, the Sabbath is a day of we are commemorating God's creation. That's why I feel like most of our Sabbath should spend it outdoors in nature, right? You come back home refreshed, soothed. Your mind is
ready
for
another week.
Ready for another week, but we spend
ready
it in
for your boss to shout at you.
Yeah. So what you're saying? Yeah. So what you're saying to say like the nature itself it's so different on Sabbath than the rest of the day, because nature itself does recognize who the creator is, except for men.
Except for men.
Yeah,
men has been deceived.
Yes.
I think I saw something on your status. I think a devil walking.
Yeah. What was it? It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. Please read it. Please.
Let me open
It was fun, man.
Yeah, that's fun.
No, man was deceived greatly.
Yeah.
One of the biggest deception under the sun is for humanity believing that Sabbath it's Sunday
or it's no longer valid.
That was
there are people who have made pastors who said, I know the Sabbath is Saturday, but it's no longer valid. That's what they're saying.
Your pastor, I think, was saying something along
it was nailed to the cross.
But now,
whatever.
And people, they don't realize that the Sabbath started on the creation. Why am I losing your trust? Where are you now?
Genesis 2 verse 1 and 3.
Yeah, if possible, on our video.
You shall surely.
So here now, the devil was speaking with the Pope. It's very funny. No, trust. I mean,
put it there.
Yeah, he was saying, how are we going to convince them all to forsake the Sabbath and instead observe Sunday? So listen to the Pope now. He's saying, we'll just call Sunday the Lord's Day and teach them that Jesus is now their Sabbath.
Pope.
And people actually they say that, and also they believe on this thing to say Jesus resurrect on Sunday, so that's their another reason, Then, but now, and this thing of saying Sabbath is for the Jews, but I mean, when we are going back to creation, it started creation. Adam was not a Jew.
He was just a man created by
tribes came later on. The Jews came, I don't know how many years after the world was. They even came, when the world was, people were in sin now. When the Jews started existing. The world was actually in sin already.
Why is it always
but Sabbath came
with the Jews? Sabbath?
I don't know. Because now the Sabbath came when the world, there was no sin. It came on creation. But I don't know how people, they lose it there.
Also, there's a verse that says Sabbath was made for men.
For men, yes.
Doesn't say Sabbath was made for Jews.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bible would have specified itself.
Yes.
The Sabbath was made for Jews and not the Jews for the Sabbath. But
that statement
for the Sabbath.
That statement, it actually disqualifies everything. People claiming to say it belongs to a certain tribe or a certain race or whatever. But Sabbath started on creation. Long. And God was creating.
Here's what's fascinating, right? So the Sabbath commandment is part of the commandments, right?
That's another serious fact.
So if how can you say all of the 10 commandments we can keep 9, we can just do away with that one?
And James disagree with that.
Break one.
Is it James chapter?
It's chapter 2 verse 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's saying you break one, boom, then all of it.
So if you want to do away with the Sabbath, let's also go and kill. Let's also go and steal.
Allow us to sleep with your wives.
Exactly.
I don't want to sleep with anyone's wife.
Because
I'm just saying that
the 10 Commandments, it's a package. It's a full package which comes like that. You don't remove anything or you don't add anything. It comes like that. Moses went on and received the 10 Commandments.
I wanted to
Sabbath, it's part of the 10 Commandments.
from this statement that I was reading, I had a plan to ask you guys to say what are the benefits outside, like I said, outside saying we're doing what God wants us to do. What are the physical or even mental benefits that we? Yeah. But I don't know if you'll have the answer. You know why? Because I heard what Trust says, then it clears to me, which is true, bro. I feel like the way we observe the Sabbath, we do not necessarily still get the true benefits that can help us mentally or physically or in fact even spiritually.
Even spiritually. Remember, even when Christ came, he was sort of like addressing this issue of Sabbath. It actually became a burden. You know. That's why Christ was giving an example to say, so now if you see your donkey, you know, in a pit, would you leave it because it's Sabbath? Then people said no. That like was actually, and again, I think I'm forgetting in which book of Ellen White, because it has been said that most miracles which Christ did, he was doing them on a Sabbath. So a Sabbath, it is that day of actually receiving deliverance. You know, all these burdens which are on us. Remember, during the week, you know, the world is just on top of us, but Sabbath is that day where you must forget, you know, with God, you know, because you are at the presence of God. You can't be at the presence of God and still be burdened. So Christ came in and addressed that to say, because I saw when you are reading there, it said something about, you know, if in our mind, it need that 24 hours of refreshing. Health-wise, it's very important because spiritually you are growing. Health-wise, you are resting.
The
your body needs that.
The Sabbath was one of the best thing created. People say sleep is the best thing. The Sabbath, exactly. Actually, people say sleep is the best thing because they are resting. You know, their body is resting and they are just away with everything that has to do with the world. Hence, people say sleeping is one of the best thing created. But but the Sabbath, it's one of the best thing created because it gives you the chance to be still conscious in the world, yet resting in the world. And then people don't see that God. Bro, I when I was still arguing in my high school time, I used to come to a point to say, bro, how stupid can you be to be given something so great, something that helps you, something that takes away your problem or your duties as a person, because as a person you must work and do something, be productive. So you're given this one thing, something so nice that takes away able to stand as a man and be in duty. A gift, and yet you still reject it and say, no, this can't be. How then stupid can you be? And it says a lot about us as human beings also. Like, man.
And here's the fascinating thing about the Sabbath. So they say Sabbath keepers, they live 10 years. Is it 7 to 10 years longer?
Oh yeah. I saw the state.
They lived 7 to 10 years longer than the normal person. So I don't know if you have a calculator. You might even try to calculate.
Do you have a calculator?
So suppose how what's the average lifespan of a human being?
70 years.
Let's say 70 years, ne? So if you can say 70 years, how many Sabbaths are in 70 years?
In one year it's 52. So 52 times 70.
Yeah, it's gonna give you the math. It's actually going to give you some years there. So you say 70 plus those Sabbaths. Because when you are resting and not doing anything, your mind is fresh, your mind is out of this world. So when you have a peace of mind, you live longer. You see, so Sabbath keepers, they live longer than the average person.
Normal person.
Actually taking a 20. Like, who wouldn't want that,
bro?
Having a 24-hour break of not doing anything, just worshiping God. You know,
and the Sabbath is where God comes closer to
creation. Like, I like your idea to say we'll be out there in the nature. Nature also heals, man.
Yeah, it heals.
You're out there, you're just cherishing the work of God. You know, just worshiping. Who wouldn't want something like that.
The world.
Yeah.
Because it's just a timeout. You are just taking a break.
Exactly. It's like
from
it's
your
house
from your
of
daily
life.
daily activities.
Yeah.
I mean, and trust me, you even yourself, you know, you can't be doing things 24/7,
Bro. Bro.
So this is why the devil wants to attack the Sabbath, because he knows what is a relationship between us and God. So that is why he's giving us a counterfeit Sabbath, because he wants us to have a relationship with him, of which is impossible.
And people complain.
Yeah.
Tell them that you go to church the whole day. The whole day.
Mara, they can go to work for the whole day.
Bro, everyone goes to work for the whole day.
The
For
whole
the rest
day.
of the
Mara,
week.
a time with your own God, your own creator. Take it, no.
Just one day.
One day, yeah.
And I don't know why people are being like sort of like greedy on this one. For me, I feel like because it's out of 7 days.
Yeah.
God is just saying,
One.
out of those 7 days, I only need one day.
One.
But I mean, I would be more than happy
6
to have-
days, you can do whatever.
Yeah.
You know, only one day.
How shall labor?
Only one
God
day.
is like-
one.
Well done, my faithful
For
child.
you to rest, it's actually helping you.
Yeah.
It's actually helping you.
Yeah, that's why I say the Sabbath was made for men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like God is not even benefiting anything from that.
Yeah.
It's actually helping you. But I mean, we are not realizing that
All right.
problem.
But yeah, I don't know if this was clear enough for it to help someone. But the Sabbath day is the 7th day of the week, which is Saturday. It's not Sunday. Go read. Stop this thing of saying that your pastor is always right. Your pastor is just but
Read
a human
that.
being. Go read.
Yeah,
If
research.
you want some verses, Genesis 2, verse 1, it talks about the Sabbath. I think that was the beginning or the first time the
verse
Sabbath
1
was
Came from creation.
yeah, it was mentioned. Then from there's somewhere in Leviticus. No. What's the second verse? What's the
Exodus.
second book? What's the second book? It's
Exodus.
Exodus. So from there, I think it came. No, don't let me not go on sequence, but you can also go get it on the 10 Commandments. Exodus 20 verse 8.
Yeah.
And yeah,
11.
okay, maybe I'll also just try to put the verses so that you can
People can
read for yourself and learn more. Now, a controversial thing to us, the three of us were sitting here. I know this can be controversial. I wish to ask this also to someone who believes they are learned or who is learned indeed. To say, is it God's responsibility to guide, not to guide, but to protect us from all the evil, or it's His grace? Did you get that?
We got the responsibility to protect us.
Yes, or
Yeah.
it is His grace. Because remember, when you are protected from an accident that would have killed you, people will say, "Hey, God is good and His grace on you was there," you know. So is it His responsibility that to make sure that when an accident is about to encounter with you, He diverts it, or it's His grace that they are protected?
Grace is always there. The grace has been always there. But there are things which God allows, and there are things which God intervene.
Okay, I already I can hear you are not getting the question. Let me give it another. Let me make it an example. If you have a child right now, it's your responsibility to make sure that they eat every day. It is not your grace. It is your responsibility. There are those bad parents. Oh, I just answered myself. Okay, let me also answer people.
okay,
I answered myself. I feel like the concept of grace.
Yeah, that's why I was saying grace has always been there.
I feel like the concept
Grace
of
is just
grace,
there.
it comes on a matter of saying that there are those parents who ran away. So it is possible that you can be left as a child and not
Yes.
be taken care of.
Yeah.
So it is it is your parents' responsibility, but it is grace that they stayed and they took care of you. I get the concept.
They took
I
the
got
responsibility.
I got the concept.
No,
I've answered yourself.
I
Yeah.
got the concept.
actually, it's
Thanks
God,
to the podcast.
It's God's responsibility to look after us, because in any case He created us. You know, so he's responsible for us. Hence, also he felt responsible when sin came in. He was like, I have to do this, you know, myself. He had to be a sacrificial lamb. He died for our sins. So yes, in any case, he's responsible.
Also, maybe to add, to say that we are not deserving, hence maybe it comes to say it's grace. You know, you're not deserving of his protection. I said that.
I almost said that. You almost butchered it.
Man, English, don't fight with it.
But I'm saying, I must. I keep on reminding everyone. Me, you had last is there something there? All right, but I'm saying. I get it. It is his grace in a way, because you don't deserve in a way with the way you are living. You know, as a parent, if I'm saying to my child, do 1, 2, 3, and you don't do it, then why is it then that I should give you what you want? You know, so it is still God's grace, even when you are off ramp from what He wants you to do. It still sticks there and protects you. So it is His grace in that sense. To say, when you don't deserve, He still shows up in your life when you need Him. Yeah. I think I should write a book. Eh?
Yeah. No, it's powerful. Very powerful.
Yeah. All right, what do you have for us? What's in your mind, man?
Hey, yeah. There's a lot happening in this world. It's a lot. Let's just look a bit into the Middle East conflict. And
US, Israel, Iran war.
US, Iran, Israel. You've seen also this other side of the world, how it's you know impacting us as well. But this and
something so far.
But
down there
on this other side of the world, or maybe generally to everyone, since we are used to chaos, you know, which happens every day in this world we are living. Then to a lot of people, they just think that
whatever.
Things just happen. We're born things happening. So yes, it's one of those things. But for me, I want to bring it this way to say there's something beyond that. There is a behind the scene. It's not everything we just see in the physical world where we just take it to say, it's just happening. We're just living in the world. There's something very important, or there are things which maybe even God is communicating there, because these things, they are in prophecy. So it's a spiritual warfare, as much as we can see it physically.
But beyond physicality, it's
not just people are just fighting. It's not just people. Maybe as a neighbor, you just woke up in the morning and think, just want to it's beyond that. It's beyond that, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a good example, man. So you think fighting with your neighbor is not just
no. There's something very wrong. And even
your kid came to my house.
You see, it's beyond that.
You throw rubbish in my yard.
It's beyond that. That war. I think we can go to, if you go to Matthew 24. So it's wars or people fighting. It has been prophesied as a what can I say, or as a landmark, or as a time which shows that we are living in the last days. That's number one. Because remember, the disciples came to Christ and say, so how will we know, or when are you coming back? How will we know that you're coming it soon? So Christ mentioned a lot of things, diseases and what, and one of the things which he mentioned is nations fighting against each other, wars, rumors of wars, and we are seeing it. Like in the modern days now, it must tell you something now. This is not just a war, because if Christ has mentioned it, it must tell you something.
I think you mentioned it on last week episode, this thing. So I don't know, you correct me if I'm wrong. You give the information that's needed. The war that is happening right now, it's a war between two nations.
Let me say, okay,
it's 2 in 1.
It's Because it's affecting other, but
no. Besides the how, what is
like how it's okay, okay. So basically, it's Israel, Iran, and America. But we actually know that it's actually America and Iran, basically. Yeah.
So is it the war? Is it who gave birth? Sarah. Who gave? Is it that war? There's something along the Bible that I hear people talking about to say. Is it Sarah who gave birth to a child who remained, and there was a child who went out? Not necessarily went out, but chased away by Abraham when Sarah was complaining to say, your servant is now giving me problem with the kids. Then Abraham chased them away.
Ishmael
and Isaac. And those people, these two guys, you must really correct me now. These are two guys. One who's out, the same father. One who's out is saying, I am the firstborn. So by default, I deserve the riches or all the things,
inheritance.
I'm forgetting
or
what?
inheritance.
The inheritance of my father by default, because obviously if you are a king, when you die, then your firstborn surely must be the king after you. And then the other one, who's the younger one, he's saying, by default, I'm the
child of promise.
Yeah. I'm the child of promise. So by default, then therefore, what belongs to my father, it's mine.
Yeah.
So is
because I'm the promised one.
Yeah. So the from is the study in the church. So that's why I'm not really sure of this thing, because sometimes I'm not really focusing. But they're saying it's a war that started then, because both of them, they are like saying, I am the one who's deserving of the inheritance. Is this war that's happening in a way connected?
What you've actually
to that?
You've actually traced where the problem, the root cause.
Yeah.
So that is what you have actually helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because you traced where
you do focus.
you've actually traced the root cause, where it started. Was Abraham and Sarah, they were not faithful enough to wait for the promise of God.
That also, I got it on Genesis. Also, this story of Abraham and
Hey, you are reading days, eh?
No, I thought it was coincidence. It was a
coincidence.
Yeah, but I read also. I think it was there in Genesis 22, 21, 20, something, somewhere around there. Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Now you see the war in that side. It's a prophetic war, because when you are seeing it, how it's happening, what really convinces me that it is a prophetic war. It's because the region where it's happening. Okay, so those states are what we call the Gulf states. Okay, so the Gulf states, they're very rich in oil. Okay, so there's an area called the Strait of Hormuz. So that Strait of Hormuz, it's blocked by the Iranians, so that the ships that carry oil to the rest of the world, they cannot pass. Okay, so once oil is affected, it means everything is affected. It means transportation is affected. And remember,
transport affected,
yes, your food,
price.
yes, the price of everything goes up. The food prices go up.
There was a time when oil was very expensive.
Yeah.
And eggs.
Cooking
because of the oil.
Cooking oil.
Yeah, it's because of the oil, right? And so 20 to 40% of the oil comes from that region. You see, so if the war continues to escalate, it means food prices are going to go up. And remember, when you read Matthew chapter 24 from verses 5, and there shall be wars and rumors of wars. Kingdoms are going to rise against kingdoms, and nations are going to rise against
nation.
Nations
against nation.
Right, And then when you continue, so Matthew 24, it's written in sequence, it's in order, everything, every event there is in order. So after the wars and nations, what comes after is famine.
You see?
So what is famine? Famine is hunger. You see? So we are to expect hunger from now onwards. Because whenever there is war, whenever there is whatever bombing
Because
and all
war
that.
destroys,
Yes,
infrastructure,
destroys
everything.
everything. It even destroys the fields and all that. So we are to expect the famines to shoot up. So that's why I'm saying this war is a very prophetic war.
And someone is sitting out there saying, I don't care about this war.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
But when the food price go up, they still complain. The petrol is whatnot.
It's just
So,
that for me.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
For me, in this side of the world, we are in Africa, right? But now I'm becoming a politician. But anyway, because I feel like he gave a very important statistic.
It went off.
Come on.
But you gave what?
A very important statistics of 20 to 40%, right? Yeah. And here in Africa,
Did it save?
Surely. Yeah, but this one, which means this part will be on the audio of the phone,
Yeah. What did I want to say? Oh, yes. In this side of the world, in Africa, you have countries like Libya, Nigeria. Those guys have oil. And here we are very much affected with what is happening there.
Yeah.
But in this side now, it tells how leadership is poor. Because we depend on everything. We depend there
on the other side.
But those resources which we are depending on, we have them here. So we mustn't really suffer from it, you understand? Because we have it. The same thing which we are crying out, but now the price is. If here we are organized in Africa, I mean, that was not going to be an issue.
I feel like it goes back to what Trice is saying. To say it's something that is already being written. It's prophetic.
It's prophetic.
So either way, the leaders will just be as they are because it's being prophetic.
It shows
English.
It
didn't come out, but
even if you want to change Trump, put another president, still
it's gonna be worse than Trump possibly.
It's going to be
possibly.
But the president said so. Even if you put a Democrat or a Republican, same thing. Doesn't change progress.
Alright, just for not to abuse the listeners, if you're still listening, we have to cut it.
I
don't know anything else we add before we vibe.
From my side, I think
I think
I've exhausted it.
Yeah, please like, share, and comment. Even though our thing switch off sometimes, but anyways, from the dimensions, ladies and gentlemen, we are out.
We are out. Bye.
Kezo.
Thank you.
Bye.